everyone, welcome my channel Electrical Network Learning. So first of all I tell you some basic concept of engineering. So from the engineering, so electrical network is most important part of the chapter. So from the electrical network, so what is circuit? Circuit is a closed loop where electron flow from here. So from the circuit, it is mainly elements are there. So from this element, two elements you can use from basically. So first is your active element, second is your passive element. So what is active element? A circuit element is said to be active if it has the ability to supply energy that activate a circuit. For example, generator, battery. So these are the active element. So how generator is a active element? So generator is a mechanical device. So when generator start, it converts from the mechanical energy to electrical energy. Means it gives the supply energy. So it is a one type of active element. Second is your passive element. A circuit element is said to be passive if it observes the electrical energy. So from this here, the example suppose resistor, inductor, capacitor. So these are the passive element. So from this electrical network, most important part is your element. Second is your sources. So from these sources in the network, the current flow through here. So from these sources, two type of sources you can use. One is the independent sources and one second is the dependent sources. So independent sources, this is two types of, one is the independent voltage sources and independent current sources. So what is independent voltage sources? It is a two terminal elements whose terminal voltage is constant or function of time, which is completely independent of the current through it. It is called the independent voltage source. So independent voltage source is otherwise called the DC voltage source. So from this here you can see independent sources. It is maybe sources, it is maybe battery sources, it may be current sources, it may be voltage sources. Second is your independent current sources. So it is a two terminal of element whose current is constant or function of time, which is completely independent of the voltage across it. So independent current sources is otherwise called the DC current sources. So from these are the independent voltage sources and independent current sources. Next is your dependent sources. So what is dependent sources? It depends of it depends source quantity. It depends source quantity means voltage or current depends on the voltage or current existing at the some other location in the circuit. So this is called the dependent sources. So dependent sources is otherwise called the control sources. So dependent sources is four types of dependent sources. One is the voltage control voltage sources, VCVS, voltage control current sources, VCCS, current control voltage sources, CCVS, current control current sources, CCCS. So these are the sources from the electrical network. So second, lastly, the most important is your elements. So from this here you know the passive element resistor, inductor, capacitor. So these are the passive elements. So what is resistor means what is resistance, what is capacitance, and what is inductance. So what is resistance? Uh, resistance is a when a potential difference is applied to the end of the conductor, current flow through it. In every conductor, there existing opposition of flow of current. This opposition of flow of current is called the resistance. So resistance means it opposes the flow of current. It is denoted by R and its unit is ohm. So what is conductance? So conductance is the reciprocal of resistance. Means conductance is denoted by Z. So Z is equal to 1 by R means its unit is mho. So conductance is measured the case of which conductor will pass a current or it flow of electrons through the material. So conductor is a material when current flow of electron flow through it. Second is your inductance. So change of magnitude or direction of electric current passes through the conductor. It is called the inductance. So inductance is denoted by L and its unit is Henry. So inductance main working principle is that store energy, means it store the electrical energy, means store energy is equal to half Li square. Similarly capacitance, it measure the charge per unit voltage that can be stored in the element or electric field. It is denoted by C and its unit is farad. So main capacitance working is your store energy. So this store energy is equal to half CV square. So from the electrical network, inductance and capacitance is main working principle is it store the energy. From the inductance, it is the half Li square, in the capacitor, it is the half CV square. So these are the fundamentals of the electrical network or electrical circuit. Thank you.